We are ready to go with another day of CWA Championship Wrestling. Today we have Ronnie P. Gossett bringing in the Wildside in the opening match of the day. A little bit later on, you'll be looking at the Blackbirds. Iceman Parsons, Brickhouse Brown, Dirty White Boy, Buddy Landel are both here today. Larry Sharpe. Now, I think most of you wrestling fans know Larry Sharpe, and he is going to be bringing in someone new today. You'll meet him later on. I'm not sure if we want to. Then, six-man tag team action comes up in the main event of the day. The King will be here, teamed with Freddy and Dustin Rhodes. This one should be a good one. Should be a good day all around. We'll be looking for you back with that opening match here in just a moment. Just arrived in the studio along with his partner, the Dream Warrior. Hey, we'll tell you more about him in just a minute. They are on their way as the crowd chants, Freddy, Freddy, up to ringside. Referee Jerry Calhoun is already there. And here comes the Wildside. Chris Champion, Mark Starr, led by General, Ronnie P. Gossett, their manager. I see you brought your chair here. I'm afraid that means you're staying, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to sit over here because you certainly need help. Being the 10-cent commentator you are, I'll add a little class to this show and hopefully help the ratings that you have let sag.
Well, just hope you don't have too much to say during all of this. The Wildside steps into the ring, the Dream Warrior. Dream Warrior is the brother of Norvell Austin. Norvell trained him. Norvell, of course, in Sputnik Monroe.
Well, I hope he's much better than Norvell Austin was. Well, that certainly isn't saying much.
For a long time, Norvell and Sputnik Monroe were the Southern Tag Champions, just to give you a little bit of history.
That's right, and Babe Ruth used to hit home. Listen to these idiots calling me Porky. Now, that shows respect, doesn't it? I come out here, I'm on my weight program, I'm exercising every day. By the way, have you bought my video?
No.
How to be fit and happy like me, Ronnie P?
No.
It is selling. I have sold 500,000 copies.
I wonder what folks are doing with it there. Probably not watching it.
You know, I hate to knock people, and I hate to talk bad about anybody, but I want you to look at this studio audience. That woman over there has got more hair on her legs than I've got on my head. Gillette would have a field day with her. Look at her. And look at that bozo next to her. They don't have 8 teeth among all of them on the front row.
The words of Ronnie P. Gossett.
Don't you screen these people that you let in this building, or do you just let anybody come in here?
Ronnie. On and on about the crowd, about the...
Look at those two. They look like covered wagons. Did you ever watch Wagon Train? There's 3 covered wagons on the front row right there.
Well, as we try to tell you what's going on in the match here, Freddy is in against...
I hate fat people, I'll tell you. They are... The way they look, usually they stink. That's why I hate fat people. It's because of the odor they project.
Can't believe I just heard you say that.
Oh, I'm the first to admit it. I may be a little chubby, but I'm certainly not fat.
Little chubby, yeah. Little chubby, he says. Here's a tag by Freddy and the Dream Warrior coming in.
Down store, Kmart had a sale. I can tell by that suit you've got on. That's the tackiest looking outfit I've ever seen. That's one reason that you add nothing to the show, the way you dress.
That's those words come from a man who's sitting here dressed in a uniform with sergeant stripes on the sleeve.
My Wild Side, poetry in motion. What can I say that hasn't been said about the Wild Side? In every major wrestling magazine in the country, they are rated in the top 3.
Now you want to talk about the match, huh? tag made.
The match. Do you call this a match? Do you actually think this is a warm-up for my Wildside?
Mark Starr fires the Dream Warrior into the ropes.
I want you to look at this goof over here. He looks like, look at him. He looks like he just got out of prison. You know they give somebody a cheap suit, much like the one you're wearing, when you get out of prison and you get a $100 bill. He looks like he made it here all right. Look at him.
All right, Mr. Or should I say General Gossett?
You make sure you say General Gossett, and you make sure that you show me the proper respect that I am due.
I always attempt to give you the respect that you are due. You're exactly right.
Just like I told you before, you can tell he's been associated with Norvell Austin. Look at him. He can't even stand up.
Chris Champion fires Dream Warrior into the boot of Mark Starr from outside.
Did you ever see such an ugly child as this woman has over here? All she needs is a banana and needs to feel right at home.
Ronnie, will you leave the crowd alone, for heaven's sake?
I can't believe you let this riffraff in here. Why can't you let class people in?
Freddie in there being double
You're seeing
teamed.
what Freddy deserves. I want you to look at that. Now I'm going to tell you something.
They're
This
doubling
is
up
my
on it.
plan. That hood or whatever he wears is coming off, Dave Brown. So you just sit right here. You're fixing to see his ugly face.
All right, the referee says disqualification.
Get a good look at him. Get a good look. You're fixing to see the face. Take that mask off, Wildside.
They are definitely going for the mask.
Out here, what it looks like. Take that mask off.
Oh, here comes Dustin Rhodes and the King. That'll stop that right there.
Yeah, that'll stop that. Every time the going gets rough, you get this idiot out here.
Freddy out of the ring. And now he's after Mark Starr. He's got the Wildside running, no doubt about it. Oh, Lawler grabs him. Whoops. Look out, King. Lawler slows him down. Yeah, that's what Lawler and Dustin need to just get him out of here. And we'll hope Gossett and the Wildside take the hint and go the other way. Well, I would apologize for the comments of Gossett during the match, but I ask you just to consider the source as they head out of here. And Dustin, the King, and they've got Freddy in tow. He goes out, too. The mask was saved, but the Wildside really intent on getting that mask off of him. Come on, Gossett. Thought we'd seen enough of you.
Once again, no respect from this idiot crowd you've got here. Every time the going gets rough or my guys have somebody beat, in comes your Kmart King, Jerry Lawler, and that illegitimate son of Dusty Rhodes, Dustin.
Yeah, they were going for the mask over there. Had nothing to do with the match. They'd already been disqualified.
They need to keep their nose out of the Wildside's business.
That's exactly right. Every time that we have a match, somebody runs in or somebody interferes. You've already cheated the Wildside out of the tag belt, and now you're interfering in every match. And all these illiterate morons over here, they just cheer and cheer and cheer for Jerry. Listen to them, no respect. Porky.
You know, a lot of these women out here remind me of my ex-old lady. Full in the chest and empty in the head. I'm tired of looking at ugly women on the front and back row. We need some good-looking ladies in here, because in Memphis, Tennessee, the whole South is nothing but goat ropers, breast stinking, tobacco chewing rednecks. And Freddy, you're going to remove that mask.
The sad thing about it, all these people are dressed up, and they've got on their Sunday best, and they still look like they've been to a rummage sale. This is the sewer of the South, and these are your fans right out here.
If all you're going to do is insult the fans,
I
I
don't
think...
have to insult them. They're your kind of people. That's why you get so offensive. They're your kind of people. I must have hit a nerve every time I talk about them. You're the one that gets upset.
You call them people fans? It is a disgrace that this trash shows up to watch us on TV. We want to see suit and tie.
I want you to look at this birth control poster child out here. If that's not a reason not to have kids, I don't know what is.
We're going to take a break. That's what we're going to do. We'd appreciate it if
you don't take a break till I tell you to take a break.
We're taking a break. We'll be back.
Michael St. John for CWA Championship Wrestling. Around the area, let me remind you that on the 26th of October, that's a Thursday night, Henryville, Indiana at the high school gym. Big wrestling card there. The Rock and Roll Express, Dutch Mantell, Freddy, and many more. Save $1 on advance tickets. Henryville, Indiana on Thursday, the 26th of October. Tuesday night, 24th of October, Championship Wrestling comes to Paducah, Kentucky at the Tillman High School gym. Kerry Von Erich will be there. Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantell, the Rock and Roll Express, and many more. Advance tickets will save $1. That will be in Paducah on the 24th at Tillman High School. Now, this week, big announcement. Championship Wrestling returning to the Evansville Coliseum. Opening action, the RPM Mike Davis takes on Plowboy Frazier. Freddy takes on Kevin Dillinger. The Soultaker, a big new wrestler brought in by Larry Sharpe. If you thought Bam Bam Bigelow was big, wait till you see the Soultaker. He'll take on Steve Marino. The Wildside in tag team action, Ronnie P. Gossett in their corner against Superstar Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell. CWA tag team title match, the Blackbirds take on the Rock and Roll Express. Grudge tag battle, Jerry the King Lawler and Dustin Rhodes take on Buddy Landel, and the Dirty White Boy, the Dirty White Girl will be at ringside. And an added challenge match for Evansville Wednesday night, Jerry the King Lawler answering the challenge here on television today of the Soultaker, Larry P. Sharpe.
What a night in Evansville, Indiana. Ronnie P. Gossett is going to watch every match. The Soultaker will more than take care of Jerry Lawler, bringing in with him Larry Sharpe, the second best, greatest manager in professional wrestling, and my wild side against Dutch Mantell. Dutch Mantell, you double-crossed Ronnie Gossett, and I haven't forgot it. I've got two men that can more than take care of you, and that superstar pygmy, Bill Dundee. Tell them, guys.
You know, we got Bill Dundee and his snake in the grass, Dutch Mantell. Well, Dutch, you should have got you a little bit taller partner, boy. You bring him on down and come on down and see the wild side. There ain't no way you're going to take that walk and get away with it.
Catch the action this coming Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Don't miss it.
Well, we got a match coming up here with the Blackbirds, and, well, I hear the music. They are on the way right now. They've asked to stop by and say a word or two on their way to the ring, so we'll allow that. They're the Blackbirds, but you guys...
Oh, was you at a loss for words or something?
Yeah, you're looking for Harold Harris.
Confusing you?
Yeah.
Don't worry about Harold Harris. He busy somewhere taking care of a lot of business. But nevertheless, the birds shall fly anyway. We'd like to introduce to you the newest edition of the Blackbird dynasty. This is Reggie B. Fine. Reggie, say something to the people one time.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a change around here in the CWA. Hold this mic up a little. There's going to be a change around here. The Blackbirds are going to the top from this day on. And you people over here, whenever you see the birds come out, you give us a standing ovation, baby.
Listen up, one thing right now we want to say. We're going to take care of business as usual. And right now the business is Rock and Roll Express. We need those CWA title belts to keep going and making the type of money we're accustomed to making. Now somebody better do something real soon, because I'm getting real ticked off around here, and I'm sick and tired of being like a termite hiding in the woodwork. Ice, you better tell these fools something. See, what you don't understand is, Rock and Roll, you out of town somewhere in somebody else's backyard, but where you need to be is right here in your own backyard. We're gonna hurt you, Ricky Martin. See, you got that long blonde hair, and you look like them blue-eyed gals that we used to be dealing with. So we're gonna hurt you real bad, baby. And hey, you know when I speak to gospel people. And remember, when every time you rooted Boots over here, all you got to hear is, what's the word? Then you know it's Blackbird. Like Mama says, it bees that way sometime, you bunch of rooted poots.
The Blackbirds, Iceman Parsons, Brickhouse Brown, and Reggie B. Fine, their new manager here. In the ring right now, got the Kelly brothers, Bobby and Donnie. And we're ready and underway with a 1 fall, 10-minute time limit tag team match. Blackbirds go into the ring as favorites against the Kellys. Don't know much about the Kellys. Brickhouse Brown jumping up and down on the back of Donnie Kelly. Donnie being held up by Brickhouse Brown. Iceman Parsons up on the middle rope. He drops down on him, and Donnie Kelly hits the mat. Reggie B. Fine, the manager of the Blackbirds, the newest member of the team, Brickhouse Brown says, walking around the ring. Crowd chanting rock and roll at him. Brickhouse, Iceman was spending most of their time before the match talking about the Rock and Roll Express. Whoa, big clothesline as Iceman Parsons was flying through the air, and head on they met. As Donnie Kelly hits the mat. Kelly brothers off to a very rugged start. Boy, he slapped from Iceman Parsons and turned his head around. He's back near the corner. He's reaching for the tag. And this will be our first look at Brother Bobby. Iceman says, let's be friends. Come on, let's shake hands and be friends. Now, don't do it. And that's why, as Iceman Parsons kicked him right in the stomach as Bobby Kelly was going to shake his hand. Blackbirds double team Bobby Kelly. They run right with a double clothesline as Kelly came off the rope. Brickhouse Brown dropping down with the upper arm. Blackbirds pretty well controlling things here. There's a count of 1, 2. Only a 2 count. He picked him up. He picked him up by the hair. Bobby Kelly thrown out of the ring through the ropes. Look out, Reggie B. Fine picking him up by the hair. Kind of helps him back into the ring. Very kind of him, huh? Brickhouse with a right fist. He had it doubled up and he nailed it. Iceman stuck the boot through the rope. Brickhouse Brown ran Bobby Kelly into it. Parsons. Snap suplex on Bobby Kelly. 2 minutes, 50 seconds gone in this match. There's a count of 1. Whoa, and Iceman Parsons again picked him up. As Brickhouse Brown had done earlier, they had what they might have been able to get a 3 count. Probably could have, but twice they refused to go for the full count of 3. Brickhouse Brown dropping down on Bobby Kelly, and now, again, shoves him back into the ring. Reggie B. Fine jabbed him with that walking stick he carries, too. There's the tag. Brickhouse up on the middle rope. Right fist. Now Brickhouse sits down on him. 3.5 minutes into the action. Count of 2, but again, Brickhouse Brown picks him up. 3rd time. Sometimes this can backfire on you. Well, we have seen upsets occur with a situation like that. Well, it's not looking likely at this point, though, as Bobby Kelly was just hammered by a double fist from Brickhouse Brown. Now the Blackbirds double up again. Big boot. Brickhouse leaves. Iceman stays. Knee lift. Yeah, a little celebration over there by Iceman Parsons. They don't have the pin yet, but it's likely they could go for it just about any time. The Blackbirds just trying to hurt somebody. That's what they're doing here. We're 4.5 minutes into the action. Rock and roll, says the crowd. Oh, Bobby Kelly doubled up on a suplex. Crowd waiting for a meeting later on between the Blackbirds and the Rock and Roll Express. Feeling the outcome might be a little bit different from what they've seen today here so far. Iceman now drags him over a few feet in the ring, tags Brickhouse. Brickhouse climbs the rope and springs across the ring onto him. 1, 2, and this time he makes it stick for a 3 count. The Blackbirds. Yeah, look at Brickhouse doing the victory dance there. They were impressive, no doubt about it, against the Kelly brothers as the Blackbirds and their new manager, Reggie B. Fine, get the win here. The time on it, 5 minutes, 23 seconds. We'll have more CWA Championship Wrestling coming up.
Wrestling fans, action coming Henryville, Indiana on the 26th of October at the Henryville High School Gym. Don't miss it. And on the 24th of October, that's a Tuesday night in Paducah. Championship Wrestling coming to Tillman High School. Kerry Von Erich, Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantell, many more on the card in Paducah. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Wrestling returns. Listen to this. RPM Mike Davis takes on Plowboy Frazier. Freddy against Kevin Dillinger. The Soultaker takes on Steve Marino. The Wildside tag team action. Ronnie P. Gossett in their corner against Superstar Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell. CWA tag team title match. Rock and Roll Express against the Blackbirds. In Evansville, you'll see a grudge tag battle. Jerry the King Lawler and Dustin Rhodes on one side of the ring. Buddy Landel and the Dirty White Boy with the Dirty White Girl in the corner on the other side of the ring. Plus an added challenge match in Evansville Wednesday night at the Coliseum. The Soultaker, this is one big dude brought in by Larry Sharpe. He has challenged Jerry the King Lawler. Lawler answers the challenge. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Don't miss the action.
Match scheduled here with Dirty White Boy and Buddy Landel scheduled in the ring here in just a moment. Another tag team match of the day. Speaking of Buddy Landel and Dirty White Boy, it looks like they got Dirty White Girl with them too as they head this way. You guys are supposed to be headed for the ring, you know.
Headed for the ring, baby. You've got to take time out for the new CWA Heavyweight Champion, baby. I went through all kinds of people and beat everybody right in the middle of the ring, didn't I, white girl?
Hey, when you're good, you're good.
Woo! You heard that, didn't you, Dave Brown? Hey, look here. Look who's out here with me.
I see who's out here.
Say something, Dave Brown. Let me say something. Come here, dirty white girl. Talking about good. Now, all you two-for-nickel gutter trash out there that get up in the morning and put your makeup on with coloring crayons and wish you could look like this, just back up and regroup, because this right here is the epitome of womanhood. And all the wives and the girlfriends and all the fans out here are trying to get a petition up to keep her away from ringside, because just like your old lady's gonna get on your case, Dave Brown, you know, she distracts people. And when she distracts people, it gives the dirty white boy and the nature boy a chance to beat up on people like the King Jerry Lawler, and Dustin Rhodes. On him, baby. Did you see how I beat Dustin Rhodes? Right in the middle, baby. 1, 2, 3. And the boy couldn't even get up. And then I not only beat Dustin Rhodes, but by right, I am the unified world heavyweight champion, because I did beat Jerry the King Lawler for the 3 count right in the middle of the ring for none. And I'm his character witness. I'm the character witness. Every time we get an interview, they got to come out here. Every time.
Yeah, they saw it was 3 against 1 in a lot of that match.
Now, Dirty White Boy, let's get one thing straight here. That belt belongs to me. And baby, no, you shut up and listen to me for a minute. This belt belongs to you. Well, if this belt belongs to you, that belt right there rightfully belongs to me, because I beat this punch right here, right in the middle. You didn't beat me fair and square. You had your little surprise, so-called sleazeball. Boy, that better watch your mouth. Hey, boy, you better watch your head.
Come on, let's there's a little equalizer, the King with a chair.
Hey. Sour grapes, sour grapes, sour grapes. You're mad because he beat you, and you're mad because both of us has beat you.
It took both of you.
Dustin, you're wearing a belt right there that should be around this man's waist right here, and you know it. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Well, let me tell you something, King. You're wearing a belt around your waist that rightfully belongs to me, boy. I'm the world's champion, not you. Hey, well, I slap you in the middle of next year.
Come on, jump on me if you feel froggy.
Let me tell y'all something, both. We wouldn't give you 10 cents for cheese on a Whopper, so when we get you in the ring, we're just going to kick your brains in. How's that sound?
there because Dustin, tell him about that belt, brother.
See, I beat your booty all over that ring that night, and you know it. Now, you listen to me, dirty white boy. See, on the TV, you said you'll bring a little surprise package. That little surprise package ain't nothing but a big sleazeball.
Hey, you better watch your mouth. What you gonna do? I'll jab slap you in the middle of that sweet boy. You think you talk to me?
Come on. Hey, come on. Hey, wait a minute now.
Let me just say one thing. Yeah, you're real tough, Buddy Landel. That's just like it. You're real tough as long as you're behind somebody. And now you're trying to stand behind her. Let me tell you something, and let me tell you something, you little sleaze bag. And that's right. There was another jerk that came in here by the name of Rick Rude, and he had himself a little valet. And I'm going to tell you something, brother. I slapped the taste out of her mouth, and I drove her head right up between her legs, and that's exactly what I'll do to her, too, if she wants to interfere in our marriage.
You're real tough, ain't you, Lord? You think you're real tough, don't you, boy? Hey, I guarantee you one thing. You touch one hair on this pretty little thing right here, and I'll stomp you in the middle of next week, boy.
Yeah, the only difference between Rick Rude and him is that he's got the belt, and he's here, baby. He's the man now. That's right. And you better be glad I'm in a good mood today.
He's got the belt, too, here.
Yeah, we're going to... Oh, boy. Let me tell you something, boys. You got it to prove... Oh, King, no.
I know it's tempting, but please.
Hey, let me just tell you this, Landel. Your time's coming, brother. The match is already signed. You and the dirty white boy. And young lady, and I use that term very, very loosely. Like I said, you want to act like a man, you're going to get treated like a man. And as far as you talking about touching one hair on this lovely lady's head, any lady out here's rear end would make her a Sunday face. You
know that's a truck of bull right there because you can look out here in this crowd and all you see is a bunch of heavy-leader hoes. Right here's the best-looking thing in professional wrestling today.
Why don't we just take it to the ring? Everybody's had their say.
The bottom line is they're just jealous because I beat Dustin Rhodes and I beat the King Jerry Lawler, and they can't accept defeat.
The bottom line is you've got that belt and that the match has been signed. The grudge match has been signed and will be coming up. Dirty white boy, Buddy Landel. Well, they head for the ring right now. Dirty white girl at ringside. Coming in to go against them, the Big O, and
just a little slight warm-up match. Probably won't even break a sweat.
We'll see, buddy. Big O and T.D. Steele stepping in up there. This is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Big O looks like to be starting for his team. And Buddy Landel steps through the ropes. Just wrestle, Buddy, and we'll pay attention to the match. That's what we'll do as you step in against the Big O. As we said, the Big O got some pretty good size on him. Whoa, shoves Buddy Landel down to the mat. What was it Landel just said a minute ago? Probably won't even break a sweat. And immediately he claims he grabbed him by the hair. Now, I don't think so. The crowd says he didn't. Referee didn't see anything like that either. Now Landel. Hey, Landel hanging back behind the referee. I'll tell you, this guy is something else. Oh, shoved him down again. I was watching close that time, and he never touched his hair. Big O just shoved him down to the mat. Landel slaps him and immediately goes to the corner, makes the tag. Yeah, that's strategy, all right. That's what they call running, buddy. I don't know what dictionary you looked up, but it doesn't say strategy. It says that you were running from it. T.D. Steele steps in. Dirty white boy pops him into the rope. T.D. What a sunset. Oh, he got a 1 count. Dirty white boy immediately back on his feet, though. And boy, he grabbed T.D. Steele, and he slammed him hard. Tag made. Here's Buddy Landel. Brings up the boot. Landel back to the corner, makes the tag. On the man who does hold the CWA Heavyweight Championship right now. He's got the belt. Dirty White Boy, he's got a cover count of 1, 2. He made it stick for a 3 count. So the team of Dirty White Boy and Buddy Landel has a victory here. The time out at 1:48 seconds, 1:48 as they get the win. Dirty White Girl outside the ring with them here today. They head for the dressing room with a victory. We'll head back here for more wrestling action.
Guess who's back? It's me, Pretty Boy Larry Sharpe, and look what I got. The back of a monster, the side of a monster, the front of a monster. Now, I want to know, where's the guy with the big mouth that calls himself the king that will wrestle anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere? Well, Memphis on Saturday morning right now seems fine to me. Or Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. They'll all be a bad night for the king because when Pretty Boy Larry Sharpe introduces him to the Soultaker. Don't yell for him. He ain't coming out. Stop that. He ain't coming out because he is scared. Scared of what's going to happen to him. Too tall to get over. Too wide to get around. A wrestler by any other name just would not be the same. If you understand what I'm telling you. Do you know, look at the size of the arms on this man. Do you know the tattoo man used up 250 needles, bent them up, trying to get that ink in those arms? Well, I've been at the Monster Factory, and every time I hear Jerry Lawler saying, I'll wrestle anybody anytime, it irks me. It irks me. That's why I built my machine right here, right now. Now, I suppose you got something smart to say, which will be the first time you ever did, if it is.
I don't have anything smart to say. I do have to say that it's quite a specimen that you brought in this time from the Monster Factory, Larry Sharpe.
I wouldn't bring anything but a specimen in here. I would not bring anything but a specimen from the Monster Factory. And we're going to get up there and monsterize a couple people right now.
Sharpe has agreed to a handicap match. We got Chris Frazier and Tim Hall as the Soultaker. This guy is huge. Until you're standing beside him, you cannot appreciate the size of this guy that Larry Sharpe has brought in from the Monster Factory. Sharpe, of course, the man who brought in Bam Bam Bigelow, and now he has got the Soultaker. This guy with the arms all tattooed and the mohawk haircut going against 2 wrestlers in there today. The Soultaker. Boy, he'd waste no time and hammering first.
The width of his shoulders is the height of an average man's waist. The size of his arms is the size of an average man's neck. The size of his thighs is the size of an average woman's waist. That is the #1 man in professional wrestling right now, and you're seeing him here first. Just watch it.
The Soultaker. Chris Frazier is out of the ring. He was thrown out by the Soultaker.
That's not Jerry Lawler in the purple tights.
That is not Jerry Lawler. I'll guarantee you that. Count is 2, 3, and this one is over. The handicap match is done in 54 seconds. 54 seconds, and the Soultaker has a victory here. Larry Sharpe out here. Well, look at the Soultaker jumping up and down on Tim Hall. As we said, Chris Frazier was thrown out of the ring. Larry Sharpe telling him, pour it on, he says. Sharpe yelling, is that Jerry Lawler? It is not. And you said, where is Lawler? Yeah, I guarantee you Lawler will be around. That is not Lawler, of course not.
I know that Lawler won't have enough guts to come out there, or he'd be out of here right now. It's easy to run your mouth when Larry Sharpe's sitting up at the Monster Factory, but when I come here and knock on your door with a monster like the bear, we mean business. And the hell you're sitting, you're hiding, you're shaking. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You better run.
you better run. Because if you show up for a match, it's all over, Jerry Lawler. Come on, here, Jerry Lawler. Yeah, you. Let's talk about a match. On you yet, because I ain't got no money to do it. But as soon as you sign on the dotted line and the green is in the air, we're going to show people what the real king of Memphis is like. Now, what do you got to say, Blue Eyes?
All I got to say is, Larry Sharpe, I don't know where you find these jerks. I don't know what kind of rocks you look under to dig up people like him and Bam Bam Bigelow, but that seems to be your whole lifelong ambition, to find a mold together and create some sort of, I don't even know what to call this kind of thing right here.
You'll be calling him sir after you wrestle him. That's what you can call him.
I want to tell you this. What you're trying to do, Larry Sharpe, is you're trying to live through people like this, what do you call him, Soultaker? You're trying to live through people like him and Bigelow, because you see, it's people like you, Larry Sharpe, that can't get the job done themselves, so they have to go try to find somebody that can do it for them. Isn't that right?
People like Larry Sharpe that's got the brains and the money to hire the brawn, not running around out here trying to keep it all for myself. That's right. I pick men out just to come and smack you around, and you can send your carcass to God, because your soul belongs to Larry Sharpe and the Soultaker.
Well, let me tell you, hey, Sharpe, don't walk away yet, brother, because as you know, I've already got a match, and I don't need, you know, what do I... No, wait a minute. When
I told him I was coming down here, I expect the top match. Now, if you're not the top man, then I'll go ahead and wrestle Tony Schmoney or whatever his name is. We come in for a main event, and if you ain't a main eventer, speak up, because that's what we want, no matter where we go.
Yeah, well, I don't care what you want, brother. You don't always get what you want, especially not down here. You may up north where you come from, but you don't get your way all the time down here. What do I got to gain from wrestling a big jerk like this, huh? I've gone through, you know, they've come through here in the past, all the big ones, all the bad ones, and as you can see, Larry Sharpe, I'm still here, brother, and I ain't got nothing to gain from wrestling a jerk like that.
Well, then why don't, yes, you do. You know what? Because you want to say, yeah, I beat Hulk Hogan, I beat Rick Rude, I challenged Ric Flair. Well, here's a man knocking on your door right in your backyard, and you're a yellow-bellied sapsucker if you don't take the match. Take it, Lawler. You ain't got the guts. You ain't got the guts. You stay in the South because you couldn't live up north. You couldn't deal with the monster factory. Shut your mouth, you.
Let me tell you something, Sharpe. As I said, brother, I've wrestled them all. I don't care how big they are. I don't care how bad they're supposed to be. And I'm sure I can look at this guy. Yeah, he looks big and he looks bad. But you see, old sayings don't get to be old sayings unless there's a lot of truth to them. And I'm sure you've heard, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And if you want to see him fall, brother, you put him in the ring with me. But as I said, what's in it for me? What do I got to gain from wrestling this jerk, huh? Answer me that,
You
Sharpe.
make a name for yourself and quit being a chump. Beat these backyard local heroes that are made a dime a dozen. You can try and pick on a real man for a change. But just like your old girlfriend Tammy Bay said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. And she was singing when she said it.
So walk on off, Sharpe. Hey! Come back here one more time.
You're going to put up and you're going to shut up.
What are you going to put up? That's all I'm asking.
Put up. Well, you want me to put up some money?
You're talking about
What do you
money,
need?
clown?
Tell me what you need. You need some women in your life. You need some.
You tell me what you got, Sharpe.
What do you want?
You're the one that's...
Whatever I got is better than what you got. So whatever you pick of mine is going to be better than what you have. I'm the guy with everything to lose.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, Sharpe.
What do you want to put up?
No, I'll tell you what. Why don't we put up or shut up your big mouth? How about that, okay? I'll wrestle this jerk. I'll wrestle your big creation. Is this the best you got at the Monster Factory? Is this the best you've been able to come up with?
He is the baddest thing on the face of the earth.
All right, that's fine. I want him to be the biggest. I want him to be the baddest that you've ever had, because when I beat him, I want you to shut up, okay, brother?
Hey, I don't have to worry about cutting my vocabulary because that bet is in the bank.
Well, apparently that match is going to occur then, as the Soultaker with Larry Sharpe will be going against the King. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Championship Wrestling fans, Evansville Coliseum. Matches return Wednesday night to Evansville. Before we get to that big card, I want to remind you, the 26th of October, Henryville, Indiana, High School Gym. Advance tickets on sale, save $1, sponsored by the yearbook staff. And action coming to Paducah, Kentucky on Tuesday night at Tillman High School. Kerry Von Erich, Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantell, the Rock and Roll Express, many more in Paducah on the 24th. Advance tickets are now on sale for those matches in Paducah. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, the return of CWA Championship Wrestling to Evansville. RPM Mike Davis takes on Plowboy Frazier. Freddy takes on Kevin Dillinger. The Soultaker, a brand new wrestler brought in by Larry Sharpe, will take on Steve Marino. Wildside, Ronnie Gossett in the corner against Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell. Rock and Roll Express battle the Blackbirds. That CWA tag team belt is at stake. And the grudge tag match of the year, Jerry the King Lawler and Dustin Rhodes battle Buddy Landel and the Dirty White Boy. By the way, the Dirty White Girl will be in the corner. Plus a special added challenge match as Larry Sharpe and the Soultaker have badgered Jerry Lawler. They've challenged Jerry Lawler. Lawler's answering the challenge Wednesday night here in Evansville at the Coliseum. He'll take on the Soultaker. Dutch Mantell, I know you got some comments for the fans.
Okay, we're coming back to Evansville because they've remodeled the building and it's a real big car. We used to be in Owensboro. Now we're coming back to Evansville, and I like the building. They said they've remodeled it, made me a fine, big, nice dressing room. I'm all thankful for that. I'm going to be in Paducah, and I'm going to be in Henryville when the CWA goes there. But let me talk about Evansville. Gossett, I want you to bring them snake-carrying, long-legged, ugly-looking Wildside to the ring and see if they can take on, see if they can hang with me and the Superstar. Because let me tell you one thing, Chris Champion, the real snake is not in that bag. The real snake's outside that ring, Ronnie Gossett. And I'm going to tell you one thing, Gossett. Everybody who leaves you, whether it be me and you got mad at the Master Pain, everybody ends up to be a low-life, egg-sucking dog. Well, Wildside, you're going to learn that, and we're going to teach it to you the hard way Wednesday night in Evansville.
Six-man tag team action coming up here. Spike Huber, Kevin Dillinger, and Mike Davis. Rock and Roll RPM Mike Davis in the ring right now. Here come their opponents. Dustin Rhodes, followed by Freddy and the King, Jerry Lawler. Six-man tag team action. This one goes to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. Kevin Dillinger taking off those rawhide chaps he's got over in the corner. Spike Huber with his warm-up jacket off. Mike Davis just kind of stalking around over in the corner.
Hey, Lawler, you give me half a chance, I'll take that from you, man.
Davis yelling at Lawler, give him half a chance he'd take that World Unified title off of him. A lot of people have tried, Mike. Tell you what, it has proven to be much easier to talk about it than it is to actually do it. The King still has that World Unified title, of course. All right. Looks like Dustin Rhodes will be starting for his team across the way. Not sure yet. Spike Huber, Spike stays in as Kevin Dillinger steps out. Dustin against Huber. Dustin Rhodes, of course, out of Austin, Texas. Second-generation wrestler, son of Dusty Rhodes. Spike Huber from Indianapolis, Indiana, the bodybuilder. Works out in the gym. You can tell it by looking at those muscles, the upper body strength. Back in the corner, Dustin Rhodes. Nice move. As he had Huber back in the corner, the referee said, "Oop, break." And Dustin backed all the way across the ring. Nice and clean. Dustin grabs that left arm, wraps it up, makes the tag on the King. And here comes Lawler. Lawler applying the heat to that left arm of Spike Huber. Huber trying to flip, twist, and turn to take some of the pressure off. Lawler shoves him down to the mat and drops down with the right hand, which I believe he probably had doubled up into a fist. Lawler said he used the fist on me first, and the referee says, both of you, let's keep those hands open. Yeah, there's Huber's clinched fist. Middle of the ring. Huber forces Lawler back to the ropes. Over near the corner, Mike Davis holds him up. But Huber runs into Davis as Lawler moved out of the way just in time. Mike Davis hits the floor. Kevin Dillinger and Spike down to console him. Davis starts into the ring after Lawler. But the referee right there says, out of here. You're not the legal man in the ring. That would be Spike Huber, and he's the one that has to come back in. He does, but now the tag is made, and Mike Davis is the legal man in the ring as he glares at Lawler. Two minutes gone in this one. Expiration of time match. There's rock and roll RPM. Mike Davis out of Atlanta, Georgia. He ties it up with the King. 234 out of Memphis, Tennessee. The holder of the world unified title. Whoa! Lawler ducks, and this time it's Davis who nails first Kevin Dillinger and then Spike Huber. And Lawler is well on his way to outsmarting every one of them over here on this team. Davis explaining to Kevin Dillinger he meant no harm, that it was Lawler responsible, not him. Davis hanging back close to his corner. Lawler came in there after him and takes Davis back to his corner. Dustin Rhodes holds him up, but Davis ducks out of the way and says, oh, how smart I am. Lawler says, well, maybe not that smart. Lawler nailed Mike Davis. Kevin Dillinger, and the tag has been made on Freddy. Dillinger came in second gear, but immediately threw it into reverse. Time beginning to be a factor here in the match. Kevin Dillinger with that gloved right hand. Freddy, says the crowd. Mike Davis asking for quiet. Dillinger fired into the boot of Lawler over in the corner. Lawler smacked him just for good measure. Freddy picks him up. Tag has been made, and Dustin Rhodes hits him with that big high drop kick. Dillinger puts him into the rope. Dustin Rhodes with a shoulder. Dustin blocks him. And, oh, Dillinger, nice move there. Dillinger misses with the elbow as Dustin had moved out of the way. Dustin Rhodes hammers him down to the mat. There's a cover, down to 1, 2. Spike Huber there to interfere and stop it at the 2 count. Tag made by Dustin Rhodes. Here is Lawler. Lawler gets the cover, but can't make it stick for a 3 count. Why? Well, Mike Davis, for one thing, was headed his way at full speed. Kevin Dillinger, Jerry Lawler. Outside on the left, it's Mike Davis and his partner Spike Huber. Across the way, Dustin Rhodes and Freddy in Lawler's corner are covered by Lawler. Mike Davis comes in. He's going to drop down on Lawler, and again, Lawler moves out of the way, and once again, Mike Davis has been outmaneuvered by the King. King making Davis look bad here today, especially in the eyes of his partners. Everybody jumping in the ring. Our time winding down here as all 6 of them are in there. We've got a commercial break we're going to have to get in very shortly here. As the action is really going, Lawler's got a cover. Count of 2, 3. He got it. Lawler gets the 3 count. And Lawler, Dustin Rhodes, and Freddy have a victory in the fall. We're going to check the time. We'll go to the break, and we'll rejoin you in a moment. I'm corrected. We are back right here, right now. Spike Huber being nailed by both Mike Davis and Kevin Dillinger. I didn't see exactly what started this, but Davis and Dillinger had both turned on Huber, and Huber, having to fight for himself, does run them both out of the ring. Davis said nobody beats up on Dillinger. Well, there they go out of here. Now we'll take the break, and we'll be back with you in a moment. Wildside were disqualified in the opening match today. The Blackbirds won their match. Dirty White Boy and Buddy Landel got a win today, too, but they spent a good part of their time yelling at Jerry Lawler and Dustin Rhodes. That grudge match has been signed, so more to come on that one. The Soultaker, latest creation from Larry Sharpe's Monster Factory. Huge guy in here. Had no trouble winning a handicap match here today. Upcoming matches coming up with the Soultaker, too. Look out for him. Then Jerry Lawler, Freddy, and Dustin Rhodes winning the six-man match as they defeated Spike Huber, Mike Davis, Kevin Dillinger. Some problems in Dillinger, Huber, and Davis's corner after the match. We will be looking for you next week with more CWA Championship Wrestling action. Till then, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.